It's always a bit of a rough ride when you're trying to find new repertoire to play, especially if you've not got a teacher, somebody who can like maybe view your technical ability and recommend pieces that are at your level, if you like, or stuff that will push you, or stuff that will be too easy or whatever. So today I'm going to have a look at how to choose your new repertoire. One book that I use all the time with my students and actually with myself is this, the Pianist's Guide to Standard Teaching and Performance Literature. Yeah, it rolls off the tongue. It's a brilliant book. I've got wee bookmarks in it all over the place for different composers that I like, and I want to talk about why this is a particularly good book to have on the shelf, and I think you can actually get it in digital format as well now. One of the structures that the book breaks everything down into is eras, so you've kind of got your Baroque, dating roughly from 1600 to 1750, and then you've got your classical from about 1750 to probably about 1830, and then romantic would go from 1830 to about 1920, and then you've got that sort of 20th century literature, which would be 1920 and beyond. The second way that the book breaks it down, and what's generally is quite good, is in the index it's got a list of loads of composers, so you've got all you've got your usual kind of suspects, if you like. You've got like Bach and Scarlatti and Mozart, Beethoven, Haydn, Chopin and all the rest of it. And this is one of the good things about the books. It's not only got like the go-to standards, composers. It goes into a whole load of stuff that you might be able to well, it might help you actually discover new music. For example, you could, well, let's say for example you wanted to choose Chopin, right, for argument's sake. So you could find Chopin, page 139. Now we know that Chopin is part of the sort of romantic literature area of the book. Now, what you can then do is you can have a look around and see what other composers are in there for that time. And this is it's a good way of helping to discover new music. Just before I go into the last section, or the third thing that I think is actually really useful in this book, just if you're finding the information in the video useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. That would be fantastic, thanks. The third thing about the book is, this one, is that each piece is given a level from like 1 to 10, 1 being the easiest and 10 being a finger breaker. And this is where it's handy if you're looking for new repertoire, whether it be by a composer that you like or whether you want to try and discover new composers. The level is really handy. So you might say, I've been playing this piece by Chopin and I love it, so it's a romantic era piece, so you maybe want to try and do some searching for other romantic composers. You look up the piece, and if it's in the book, it doesn't cover every piece of music ever written, obviously, because that would be nuts. The book would be huge. Then you can look at the wee description it gives you for each piece, and at the end of it, it will give you that level. So it might say level 6 or level 7 or level 2 or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You can then go and look for a composer and see if you can find another piece that's of a similar level. And that means, you start to kind of broaden your knowledge a wee bit more, and you can stick to a level that you are efficient at. Now, for example, say you were playing a piece at level 3 and you found another composer that had a level 3 piece, if you like. You might want to push yourself a wee bit harder, so you might just want to grab a level 4 piece, and do it that way, or you might want something easy to do. You might just do a level 2 or a level 1 piece, or depending on what your level is. And that's, I think, where this thing is worth its weight in gold. As I said, it's one of those books I've used for a long time with my students. I've used it for a long time with myself and discovered some fantastic new music. Okay, so that's all I've got to say about the book. I hope you have a brilliant day, and I shall see you in another video.